Javed Miandad, former Pakistan cricketer, has cancelled his India tour. He was supposed to be here this weekend to be a spectator at the final one day between India and Pakistan. As you know, there's been a huge controversy over the very easy manner in which he was granted this visa despite objections by senior level intelligence officers, considering that Javed Miandad is a relative of Dawood Ibrahim. The latest coming in, and you're hearing it first as always here on Headlines today, that Javed Miandad has cancelled his India visit. I want to go across to sports editor of Aaj Tak, Vikrant Gupta, who's bringing this news to us first. Vikrant, the details.
Shiv, he never wanted to be an unwanted guest. And I think after the controversy that happened in India, the moment that he got the visa, he must have himself realized that there was no point in coming to watch a cricket game.
Yes.
When there was so much controversy. And I'm sure even the Indian Home Ministry would have advised Javed Miandad or sent feeders to him not to come. They gave him the visa, but maybe they also didn't anticipate the fact that it will create such a huge furor in India, and Javed Miandad is not coming. That's the news coming in from Karachi.
And Vikrant, do we know when this decision was taken? Was it taken right now, or obviously they've been observing the huge controversy that this entire visit has generated?
I think he was testing the waters, Shiv, but the final decision must have been taken today. He must have decided finally not to come, and I'm sure he would have conveyed his decision not only to the Pakistan Cricket Board officials but also to the BCCI or maybe the DTCA, the hosts for the game.
All right, Vikrant, thanks for getting us those details. Big development here, breaking first on Headlines today. Aaj Tak sports editor Vikrant Gupta telling us that Javed Miandad has cancelled his visit to India. Remember, over the last couple of days, we have brought you non-stop coverage of this entire controversy. In fact, the entire issue of that easy visa to Javed Miandad broke first here on Headlines today on Wednesday morning. And since then, we've brought you this story non-stop. And even today, our sister publication, Mail Today, had a story which went into deep details of how intelligence agencies had raised serious objections to the visit of Javed Miandad to India, despite which the Prime Minister's office had given a go-ahead to this visa for Javed Miandad. He got his son married to Dawood Ibrahim, the terrorist's daughter, knowing full well the charges against him and knowing full well that he was marrying his son into the family of a terrorist wanted by India, and then he expects to be a welcome guest in this country. Well, he was given a visa, but he has decided in his own wisdom that he doesn't want to be an unwanted guest in this country, and therefore he's decided to call off his visit. The details of how this decision was made are still trickling in, but Javed Miandad, who in the past as well was advised, remember, he was advised not to come to India. Earlier, a few years ago, when he wanted to come to India, he was advised not to come because he was told that his visa would be turned down. This time as well, apparently, he's got the visa. It wasn't turned down. He got it very easily. The Home Ministry said that the visa was provided to him not as an individual but as part of a delegation of the Pakistan Cricket Board. But Javed Miandad, a direct relative through marriage of his son with the man who you see in that picture to his right, Dawood Ibrahim, India's most wanted terrorist, has decided in his wisdom not to use that visa, at least this time. Political editor Javed Ansari is with us on the phone line. Javed, what do you make of this? What are you making of Javed Miandad's decision not to come? Sports editor of Aaj Tak short while ago telling us that Javed Miandad didn't want to be an unwelcome guest, and he's obviously been watching the controversy his visit has generated. Okay, I want to get in a quick word first from Kirti Azad, Member of Parliament. Kirti, what do you think? Your first reactions to Javed Miandad cancelling his trip?
I'm very happy, but seriousness. And I hope the government of India doesn't commit such mistakes. And had they ever put a rider after that visa saying that we're going to interrogate him, I would have been happier.
Kirti, but no lessons really learnt, are there? I mean, he's cancelled his trip, but the fact that he got a visa cannot be changed. That visa was not cancelled. It's Javed Miandad who's cancelled his trip.
Oh, is it so? That way?
Yes, yes. The visa has not been cancelled, Kirti. Javed Miandad has cancelled his visit.
Shiv, the problem is that we are turning out to be a soft state. We are a laughing stock in the international community. The way we are handling things, I think we all love cricket. We don't love terrorists. And I feel very sorry at the state of affairs. And I think, when you talk about cricket in India, people love cricket. We all want cricket. But
Yes.
then when it comes to Pakistan, it's more of a political than anything else. I mean, and the way he has insulted the government now. First, he got a visa which he shouldn't have. Now he's insulted government saying he's not coming. I have thought it had been better had the government of India revoked his visa and just put a ban on him. And I hope he comes onto the list of wanted people.
Kirti, this morning, I don't know if you saw our sister newspaper Mail today. It had a story, Kirti, which said that the Prime Minister's office actually cleared this visa despite, and not just some, ambiguous suggestions by people, but direct objections by intelligence agencies to this visit were made. And despite that, the Prime Minister's office apparently, reportedly in this report, overruled those suggestions and made this visa available to Javed Miandad. So that pretty much strengthens what people like you have been saying about this entire issue.
Yeah, I think the Prime Minister, less said about the Prime Minister of our country is better. I mean, he was the one who likes to spit and then lick it back. I mean, he was the one who said that, we'll have no ties with Pakistan and after 26/11 that happened, that dastardly act that took place in Mumbai. And here is the same Prime Minister who doesn't know what his ministers are doing. He hasn't come out with a statement. I don't know whether he wanted this so to happen or not. I don't know whether he realizes what is the seriousness of our relationship that we have with Pakistan. I fail to understand as to nothing has come out of him. When Rahman Malik came here, who's known as the Interior Minister of Pakistan, which is equivalent to a Home Minister. So there's so many things. The less said about this Prime Minister, the better it is. I think I wouldn't like to really be on television, and if some other non-Indians are watching this, I don't know what they're going to feel about it.
Kirti Azad, thanks for speaking to Headlines today.
Zulkarnain, ARI correspondent from Pakistan, on the phone line with us. Zulkar, can you get us the very latest? What is the reason as to why Javed Miandad has cancelled his visit to the country? Can you hear us, Zulkar?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Could you tell us what is the main reason as to why Javed Miandad has decided to cancel his visit?
You know that after a long time, the Miandad was planning to go to India, and the Indian government gave a visa to Miandad because he is not right now at the post of Director General. But right now, around 30 minutes before Pakistan Cricket Board has decided that Miandad wouldn't visit India due to some media pressure, some opposition leader in India is asking different questions about Miandad. So it's confirmed that Pakistan Cricket Board now ask Miandad, don't go there and be in Pakistan. Miandad was coming there to see the Pak-India series last match, and he was very excited because he was going to visit India after a long time. But due to this pressure senses, Miandad cancelled his tour to India.
So we can effectively confirm for our viewers, Zulkar, that Javed Miandad has cancelled his visit at the face of the uproar across the country.
We can say that Pakistan Cricket Board is trying to make its relations good with BCCI, and in this condition, Miandad, who is also a Director General of Pakistan Cricket Board, has second biggest post after the chairman, and the PCB decided that if Miandad goes to India and there would be some sort of pressure and opposition leader comments and controversies, so that would be very dangerous for the future of Pakistan-India cricket. So it is decided that Miandad wouldn't visit India right now in these days. After some time, might possible Miandad will go to India and visit the cricketing issues.
So the decision was taken by the Pakistan Cricket Board, not by Javed Miandad himself. Is that what you're trying to say?
If we officially speaking, there is no statement by Pakistan Cricket Board. Officially speaking, there is no still statement of his cancelling tour, nothing. But inside, the sources are saying that Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board and the high-ups of Pakistan Cricket Board consulted with Miandad that this is not the right time that he would have to visit India. Therefore, Miandad cancelled his tour.
Are your sources also telling you, Zulfikar, that was there any conversation between the BCCI and the Pakistan Cricket Board? Because, of course, at this point of time, there is a desperate move by the Pakistan Cricket Board to normalize relationship between the two cricket-playing nations.
If we just go step by step, that first that you also know that from last many years, Miandad was not allowed to enter in India. During the last 1 year, when Pakistan Cricket Board and the BCCI got some good relations regarding cricket, so they have decided that Miandad, who is the most important part of Pakistan cricket and Pakistan Cricket Board officially, so they have decided that Miandad come and see this series. But it's really clear that BCCI must be a little bit concerned about this and reluctant, and they must express their reluctancy to Pakistan cricket, and they also decided that the Miandad wouldn't visit on this time.
All right, Zulfikar Sheikh, ARI News correspondent, thank you for joining us with the latest breaking news. We also have a strategic affairs editor Gaurav Sawant on the phone line with us. Gaurav, clearly the government of India saved a lot of embarrassment there.
Oh, indeed. Government of India has been saved the embarrassment with Miandad himself now saying that he will not come to India because the public sentiment in India was extremely strong. Ever since Javed Miandad's son married Dawood's daughter, there was an unwritten code that he is not welcome in India. There was a huge outcry when this time Government of India decided to grant him a visa. The Minister of External Affairs said it's not the media's job to ask questions. But he was also on the back foot because the MEA said we did not clear the visa. The Home Ministry blamed the Prime Minister's office, and the Prime Minister's office for the first time, sources came out and said no, the Prime Minister had no role to play. It's the Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde, and then all eyes were on Sushil Kumar Shinde that in case Miandad comes to India, he should be questioned about Dawood Ibrahim's whereabouts, and that got the Pakistanis scared because they feared that in case he actually comes to India, such was the public sentiment in India that Javed Miandad would be questioned about Dawood Ibrahim, and perhaps that's why he decided not to come to India.
Gaurav, can we actually discount any backdoor diplomacy in this?
It cannot be discounted. For all you know, BCCI or the Ministry of External Affairs may have, apprised their counterparts, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Pakistan, telling them perhaps in the best interest of this so-called Aman Ki Asha, it is best that, Javed Miandad does not come to India because the public sentiment in India post-26/11 has changed completely, especially because Pakistan still has not cracked down on the jihad factories. Pakistan still uses terror as part of state policy, and that is why this country has now realized, even though the government may not have realized as yet, but the people of this country have realized that its people power will ensure that Pakistan either crack down on terror or Pakistan is not welcome in India.
One quick question also, Gaurav. Now, of course, Javed Miandad cancelling his visit might have saved the Indian government the blushes, but still the government has many questions to answer. They've been passing the buck from one department to the other, from one ministry to the other. But the fact is, Javed Miandad was laid out the red carpet for, and of course, it's him who has cancelled this visit and not the Indian government who has withdrawn the visa.
You are spot on, Preeti. You are spot on this. Who in Government of India decided to grant Dawood Ibrahim's relative and Dawood Ibrahim's business partner? This is not just family relations. External Affairs Minister Salman Khurshid and the Ministry of External Affairs are desperately trying to tell us that, what is Javed Miandad's fault if his son married Dawood's daughter? He's the Director General of Pakistan Cricket Board, and that is why he's invited. But it is not just the question of being a relative. He's also a business partner of Dawood Ibrahim. Dawood Ibrahim is an international terrorist. He's still waging war against India. It wasn't just limited to the 1993 Mumbai blast. He's still one of the most wanted international terrorists, also because of counterfeit currency, Indian currency, that he pushes into India. With all of these grave charges, how can India welcome his business partner and in-law, and his relative into India? The Ministry of External Affairs passed the buck onto the Ministry of Home Affairs, saying Pakistani visas are cleared by Ministry of Home Affairs. My sources in Ministry of Home Affairs categorically stated that, the approval came from Prime Minister's office, which was denied by the Prime Minister's office. And this is unique because the Prime Minister's office denied that they ever cleared Javed Miandad's visa. They said Javed Miandad's file did not even come to us. And that is why it was Sushil Kumar Shinde who was in the hot seat here, and questions would have been asked. They could have denied these questions to media, but in Parliament they would have had to answer. And that is why, it is for the Government of India to set its house in order. One ministry cannot keep passing the buck on to the other ministry, especially when it comes to national security treaties.
Gaurav, time and time again, the Indian government has repeatedly embarrassed itself. We don't have to look very far back for another example. The red carpet laid down for the Interior Minister once again by our Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde, and once again, it is Sushil Kumar Shinde, our Home Minister, who's in the spotlight for purportedly giving a visa to a relative of one of the most wanted terrorists.
Indeed. And, it is high time Sushil Kumar Shinde answered these questions. Rahman Malik virtually forced himself on India. As Interior Minister of Pakistan, he was not welcome in India. He knew this. But because the visa regime had to change, and that time the pressure, again sources in Home Ministry saying the pressure came from Prime Minister's office, and because the Prime Minister was so keen on Aman Ki Asha, the Home Minister relented. So while he had to answer on that, and even that time the Ministry of External Affairs was very reluctant to welcome Rahman Malik, again because nothing has changed on ground post 26/11. But though the situation changed that time, this time the Prime Minister's office categorically stated that the Prime Minister's office had nothing to do with visa for Javed Miandad, and that is why it was for the Home Minister. In this entire case, it is the Home Minister who has to answer why was this visa granted to Dawood Ibrahim's relative.
Gaurav, okay, Javed Miandad has withdrawn his visit. He's not coming to the country anymore, but pertinent questions clearly still remain, Gaurav, at this point of time, which, of course, the Indian government cannot shy of.
Indeed. And the Government of India needs to renew the pressure on Pakistan government. The Government of India has completely let Pakistan off the hook when it comes to Dawood Ibrahim. Dawood Ibrahim lives in Pakistan. Government of India has proof that Dawood Ibrahim lives in Pakistan. His Pakistani passport, details of his daughter's wedding to Javed Miandad's son, major details of his business interests in Pakistan, not just limited to one industry or two industries, but the massive transport business that Dawood Ibrahim runs, the money of the Pakistan army and Pakistani politicians that Dawood Ibrahim invests. All of this has been very well documented. The United States of America has declared Dawood Ibrahim as an international terrorist, yet he continues to live in Pakistan, and there is no pressure whatsoever from Government of India on Government of Pakistan to crack down on Dawood Ibrahim. And here, whether it is Salman Khurshid as External Affairs Minister, Sushil Shinde as Home Minister, or Dr. Manmohan Singh as Prime Minister, the three of them owe the nation an explanation. What action is being taken on the issue of Pakistan-sponsored terrorism and Dawood Ibrahim? More than lip service, what concrete action is India taking to hold Pakistan accountable?
All right, our Strategic Affairs Editor Gaurav Sawant, thank you there for joining us. This is the latest bit of breaking news that we are relaying for our viewer. Javed Miandad has cancelled his visit to India. He was supposed to be a guest. He was supposed to watch the third one-day international, which was to be played between India and Pakistan. He was supposed to come to India on Sunday, on the 6th of January. Well, he has, of course, withdrawn his visit. He is not coming anymore. Sources insist that the Pakistan Cricket Board has a huge hand to play in that. Might have saved the government of India the blushes, but clearly the government has questions that they have to answer as to how the red carpet was laid for a relative of one of the most wanted terrorists in the country.